This is the latest album of Phil Collins called No Jacket Required, and it confirms his position as probably one of the most active and exciting performers in contemporary rock. And he's introduced Academy Award-nominated song, which he did not do in the Academy Awards, and should have. Would you welcome Phil Collins with Daryl Steamer?
How can I just let you walk away? Just let you leave without a trace. When I stand here taking every breath with you. Ooh, you're the only one who really knew me at all. How can you just walk away from me when all I can do is watch you leave? 'Cause we shared the laughter and the pain, and even shared the tears. You're the only one who really knew me at all. So take a look at me now. Well, there's just an empty space, and there's nothing left here to remind me, just the memory of your face. Take a look at me now. Well, there's just an empty space, and you coming back to me is against the odds, and that's what I've got to face. Oh, I wish I could just make a turn around and see me cry. There's so much I need to say to you, so many reasons why. You're the only one who really knew me at all. So take a look at me now. Well, there's just an empty space, and there's nothing left here to remind me, just the memory of your face. Take a look at me now. Well, there's just an empty space, but to wait for you, it's all I can do. That's what I've got to face. And take a look at me now, 'cause I'll still be standing here, and you coming back to me is against the odds, and that's what I've got to face. Oh, take a look at me now.
Phil Collins. Little Kleenex. A Louis Armstrong fan, too.
Nice.
Hey, it's good to have you here.
Thank you. Lovely to be here.
The audience had such a great reaction when they heard your name. I don't think they heard me mention Daryl Sturmer, who was on guitar,
Yeah.
who accompanied you there. Good stuff. I welcome you. It's nice to have you here.
Very nice to be here.
Yeah, you've been in this country since you mentioned earlier, 72?
72 was when we first came, and I started watching the show in 72, and I've been wanting to be on it ever since.
Are you kidding?
No, really, it's...
Did you understand the show? You know, we played in England for a while, and we were not, as you say, a big smash.
Well, I watched it in England. I sort of used to drag my friends around.
Yeah, it's a pretty Americanized show, and I think one of the problems was that, you know, here we're on every night, night after night, and I think the show played in London at different times late at night and only once a week, and I don't think that people got a chance to really get into the rhythm.
No, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, thanks. I'm glad to hear that. I think you were the one. See, it's like Benny Hill. It doesn't take you don't have long to get used to Benny Hill. You can laugh right away.
He's been going on for years as well. It's extraordinary. It's just in the last 5 years he's really caught on here, but he's been as long as I can remember watching television. He's been around.
He's a funny guy. Yeah. Let me ask you, I mentioned that the song that you, of course, nominated for an Academy Award. And are you getting tired of people asking you questions about them not inviting you to do it on the show?
No, the only thing that really lays with me after all this time is just the fact that why some people were and some people weren't.
Yeah.
Because I was told that nobody was, and yet there were 2 or 3 people up there that were.
Yeah.
Actually performing it. But I'm glad, otherwise they'd probably lumbered me with a couple of dancers, and I think it would have looked awful.
You know, knowing the way they work, lumbered is the word. Lumbered is the right word. Yeah, they would have probably wanted to overproduce the thing and have 6 or 7 dancers behind you rather than just sitting doing the number.
That's right, yeah. But I think it's just, it's water under the bridge. I don't want to appear too bitter about it. I mean, I'm glad to be nominated. I was glad to be nominated, and it's a big, being a Londoner.
Yeah, this afternoon when you were rehearsing, you were complaining a little bit because you've been doing concerts indoors and then outdoors, and the voice gets a little
cold. Yeah. We did 9 on the trot, which is most performers apparently don't like doing more than 2 or 3, and then have a night off.
Right.
But I let myself go once in Europe doing 9, and the manager said, "Oh, well, if you can do it once, you can do it again." So we did 9 on the trot, and this is the night off, and here I am. So.
Yeah, you're working again. We're glad you're here. Does it bother you, because reviewers, I was reading something in one of the magazines, Newsweek or something, and they say, well, you're not the standard pop star dreamboat. That was a quote of one of them.
It's the face only a mother could love.
No, but they want to categorize everybody. I guess who's ever hot at the current moment, they want to say, why isn't he or...
Well, actually, the thing that disappoints me more than just it being said that I'm not the usual is the fact that all the reviewers tend to sort of harp on it as well. They spend the first 3 or 4 paragraphs saying, well, this bald, pudgy, stocky, unspectacular-looking bloke, they go through the first 3 or 4 paragraphs. Then you get to the music.
Yeah.
And by which time I'm so depressed that I don't want to know anything about it anyway.
Why do you think they do that? I mean,
well,
are they looking for...
I think we've always found it, when I'm still with Genesis, that's in the band that I'm with, and we've always found that in the past, people have always found it easier to write things about what people look like than the music. So I guess it's easier, for it to be written about than actually what the music was like. It's easier to say what the guy wore and what he looked like and how unspectacular all that kind of stuff.
Because you do it basically rather very simply, which is a good way to do it. What do you think of the people now that sometimes, well, there's Cyndi Lauper, and there's Prince and Boy George, which are very outrageous in their behavior. Where do you sit when you watch that? Do you mainly look at their music, or does that other part get in the way?
Well, it varies from person to person. I mean, I find Boy George is a very, very clever bloke. I mean, he's not just his image. Whereas Prince, I wish that Prince would sort of come out from behind that sometimes, because I couldn't personally go up and accept an award with a couple of bodyguards. I would feel funny about that. Yeah. Because you're talking about industry people that are out there as well as the public, and they all know, they can see through it, and it's just peculiar. But I think whatever makes you tick. I mean, I personally find that I'm better being me, and me is this,
Yeah. It's the only way to do it. Yes, come on now. No flashing. No flashing. We have certain high standards on this show. And someday we hope to live up to them.
But on a good day, it's...
Yeah.
No, sorry.
I know you have somebody, I'm going to introduce him, and I know he's here in the audience with you. He came with you this afternoon, and he's a very talented young man in his own right. He happens to be the son of John Lennon. Julian Lennon is out here. Julian, how are you? Oh, yeah, Julian. Where's he hiding? There he is. Thank you, Julian. Good to have you here. Anyway, want to do this commercial first? We'll do this. We'll come back. Stay where you are. Thank you, Julian. You started as a drummer, didn't you? When you were very young.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I still
you're a hell
consider
of a
drumming
drummer.
to be the thing that I do best.
Where'd you pick it up? Just listen.
When I was given a toy drum, I was 3 years old. 5 years old, I developed. I hadn't put the drum down. Apparently, I don't remember too much about it. But my uncles made me a drum kit that fitted in the suitcase, and I used to sit there in the living room watching television with everybody else around playing drums. So I guess I wasn't too loud. And then it was suggested that maybe I go upstairs and do it.
Out of the house, maybe.
Yeah, which I did for many years, upstairs, in front of the mirror.
Drummers are a little different, aren't they?
I think they are, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of theories I have. One is that drummers are the goalkeepers of the band,
You're right.
And, basically, if all else fails, it's down to the drummer. And you can have an average band with a good drummer and it will sound better than a good band with an average drummer.
Right, it supports the whole, props up the whole band.
And also, the other thing is that most drummers end up fat and bald, which is...
Is that true?
Well, no, I didn't want to... No.
I was looking over at Sean. Sorry about that, Ed, but that's the way it goes.
Well, I'm halfway there, so I mean... and you're a drummer too, Johnny. You should know.
I play at it. We're all a little weird. Yeah. I know everybody, including myself, want to hear you work again. You want to do something for us?
I'll do some more.
Huh? Good, Steve.
Well, the roof is leaking and the wind is howling. Kids are crying 'cause the sheets are so cold. Woke this morning, found my hands were frozen. Tried to fix the fire, but the damn thing's too old. Well, it's been months now since we heard from our Mary. I wonder if she ever made the coast. 'Cause she and a young man, they both moved out there. I sure hope they write just to let us know. And me, ooh, I'm getting stronger by the minute. My wife's expecting, but I hope she can wait. 'Cause this winter looks like it's gonna be another bad one. But spring is soon to here. God, I hope it's not late. Now Mom and Pa lived here and this before them. They try their hardest to make it up. Seems so long now since they passed over. I hope my children can try to make it their own. But the roof is leaking and the wind is howling. The kids are crying 'cause the sheets are so cold. Well, I woke this morning, found my hands were frozen. I'm trying to fix the fire, but the damn thing's too old. And me, ooh, I'm getting stronger by the minute. My wife's expecting, but I hope she can wait. 'Cause this winter looks like it's gonna be another bad one. But spring is soon here. God, I hope it's not late, not late.
Good stuff. That's nice stuff. And we'll be back. There we are.